Okay, so seeing how I haven't done one of these in a while, I'm going to do one today. Comic book review, my thoughts on, I pick a comic I've read recently before or whatnot, and I just give my thoughts on it and share my thoughts on the comic with you guys. And as always, it's open to discussion in the comment section. You want to give your thoughts. On this one, I am going to be talking about Hellicious #1. Now, if you remember, I believe it was last week that this one came out. I picked it up because the artwork got my attention. And it's funny because you got this little kid, this little girl, and she's, I don't know what they are, I guess monsters, demons, whatever. That cake looks funny. It got my attention. It was weird looking. So I was like, alright, why not? It's the first issue. Maybe I end up liking it. Kind of like Backways. So yeah, I picked it up. I read it that same day. And it starts off with this little girl, and it seems that she has a timer on her watch there. And let's see if you can see. Where are you, little girl? Okay, there we are. So she's waiting on something. She's like at a road in the desert, and this guy is zooming by in his car, and he has cops behind him, and he ends up crashing. His brains are all like, kind of like all over the place, and it turns out this little girl's there to collect souls. So this girl's, I guess you can say the devil's daughter? Yeah, we'll go with that. The devil's daughter or granddaughter or something like that. And dude wakes up, he's like, oh, my face all smashed up, and she's there to collect him. Takes him across the sea on a boat. And, he's like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, let's start with why you're 7. And he's like, you're like a little girl. It's like, I don't know what you're saying. And then the boat actually talks too. The boat has a face, it has a head, and the boat's like, we gotta burn rubber if we want to get there before all of a sudden something happens. And little girl's telling the boat to pull over, so she's gonna go have some fun with this dude, and they're gonna ride some weird elephant-looking thingamajig. That's the, what do they call, the River of Fire, I guess? So you got the River of Fire, you got these giant looking, I don't know what to call them. It looks like the little ugly dog from the Minions, Despicable Me. There we go, Despicable Me. It looks like that. Well, it reminds me of that. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, she's having fun riding around that thing. So okay, they get back to bringing him back, and dude's all jacked up. So he died in a car crash, being chased by cops. Girls, Cherry's here. Say hello, Cherry. So that's the mom right there. So I'm assuming she's like a devil or death god or something. They really don't say. They just say that she's in charge of hell. That's why I'm saying it's just devil or devil's daughter or something like that. So the little girl's pretty much like, come on, mom, look, yeah, I did, because the mom was like, you're late, and she's like, well, she wanted to have some fun, and she's bored. That's what the deal is with her, is that she's bored and she has no one to play with, and well, she is a little girl. So her granddad or grandpapa, or papa, there you go. Oh, come on, focus. There you go, that's him right there. And he looks like, that's why I say, I'm like, okay, he's got to be the devil, and that's got to be the devil's granddaughter, and the daughter's in charge of collecting souls now, or running hell, and the granddaughter's in charge of collecting souls. So, long story short, she tries to collect souls a lot quicker, and because she's bored, so she's trying to like do something here to get promoted or something. So, because granddad's like, well, maybe you're just bored of your position. And well, let's see here. Say, okay, since I'm doing absolutely nothing at all, what can I do for you, darling? Well, mom says don't play with dead people, but there's nobody to play with, and I'm so bored. And I don't get any cool damned souls like serial killers or cult leaders, just lame people. And she gets so mad when I drop people off all burned up or stomped on or shoot up. But how can I help it when they're so mushy? And I really want a human mortal pet. Well, mom says I can't have one, but you're the boss. I missed that part. You're the boss. Can I have one? Can I please? So she's begging her granddaddy for a human pet. Okay, I caught about 66% of that, but I think I got the gist. There's nothing wrong with setting damn souls on fire. But the little girl replies, "That's like our whole job. Don't worry about that." So Sin is very ambitious. She wants you to be too. Oh, okay. So the daughter is Sin. He is the devil. Okay, now that I'm reading that, okay, that's pretty much it. So, very ambitious too. Work hard, show her what you can do, and she'll give you more interesting jobs. So, the little girl's bored, she wants a pet, she wants to play with these damn souls, but all she gets, she says she doesn't get nothing cool like serial killers or cult leaders. She gets just regular me and you idiot people sometimes. So yeah, so she's like, well, okay, well, if Granddad's saying, maybe if I work hard, show more ambition, Mom will give me a better, more interesting position. And so she starts collecting souls left and right at a rapid pace. And the mom's like, wow, that's okay. That's a lot of souls you're pumping out and you're bringing. It's like, that's number 4. And 5 today if you count the trampled guy from this morning. So that's really great, honey. But that thing is giving me a headache. Put it in the waiting room with the other. So there's a waiting room with all these souls that she's collecting. And I guess this is goodbye, everybody. We're done. Skip over. Girl's bored again. And she happy death day, Briggy. So Briggy, I guess he's a rock star, and that's the next guy to go off, and she's like a huge fan of him. So she's like really stoked that she's gonna be collecting this dude's soul, and she speeds up the process. Well, she ends up. No, yeah, she does end up speeding the process. So he's in the shower or whatever. He's not supposed to die for another, 19 seconds. But she scared him. He slips and cracks his melon. I'm sorry, that wasn't clear enough. So there you go. There's the rock star. She pops up out of nowhere, scares him, and he still has like 19 minutes, which you really can't see because of the blur. And she ends up scaring him to death. So he slips, smashes his head on the I want to say sink. No, the wall. Yeah, I don't see the sink near his head. So she's like, I scared Biggie Bundy. So I scared you to death. So City continues. Her rock star idol. She's the one that's responsible for his death. She gets to collect the soul. So whatever. Next in Hellicious. So August. So this is the cover to the August one. Well, actually, this month. Yeah, we're in August already. Okay. I got this at the last full week of July. So that's the cover to the next one. Now, the gist of it was a bored little girl who was in charge of transporting souls from from when they get jacked up or killed and bringing them over to Mom. Bad souls, I guess. And she's bored, and I'm not sure what this is. She's bored, and she goes to her granddad. Her granddad's like, "Look, maybe if you show more initiative, more ambition, your mom might promote you to do more interesting jobs, seeing as how you're bored with what you're doing right now. And you can't have a pet because, well, that's not what the humans are for." So it's just pretty much her, working hard, and all of a sudden she ends up collecting the soul of Bundy or Biggie Bundy or whatever his name was. Did I like it? I mean, it's all right. I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to pick up the second issue, but it was interesting. It was different. It was something different from the regular, superhero comics and all that. It's interesting story, cutesy in a way. I like the artwork though. It's pretty simple, and it reminds me of that cartoon, Adventures of Grim and Mindy, or Andy Mindy. I don't know, the one with the 2 kids and the Grim Reapers, like they're BFFs or something like that, because they struck a deal with him. And they had a bet, I believe, and I don't know, he lost, and he's their best friend for a pro-life or something like that. I don't know, it reminds me of that cartoon. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, I mean, it was an okay comic. It is just the first issue, so I'm not gonna say it sucks. It doesn't really suck. I mean, it's an okay story. It's interesting, so it might get better from there. But nothing out of this world. Nothing that I personally will say I'm gonna go grab the next issue this month. So I mean, if you read this one, Hellicious, and you want to give your thoughts on that, you want to let us know what you think, go ahead and do so in the comment section. Personally, I was okay with it. You know, I bought it, checked it out, took a gamble. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get the second one, but I'm glad I at least checked it out. So that's all I got for this comic book review. As I said, you want to give, if you read this, you want to give your thoughts on that, go ahead and do so in the comment section. I try to keep it just, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to it. It's bored little girl. Bored little girl. That's the gist of the story. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Ooh, until next time, next video, you guys have a good one, and yeah, bye.